Land of and dying wind. Whispers say where I've been. Blueprints fade on a crooked trail. Truth grows thin where old lies fail. Every sin I tried to drown rises now to claim its crown. Shadows stir like hungry wolves, watching every move I pull. On this road where debts are owed, I follow the devil's lantern glow. Down the devil's lantern road, where the labyrinth's dark and cold. Every secret I've untold comes alive in shadows old. If my fate is bought and sold, let it be on this lantern road. Whiskey goes some low and grim, songs of men who died like him. Thunder murmurs in the haze, calling out my darker days. I hear echoes in the flame, voices chanting out my name. On this path where truth corrodes, I'll walk the devil's lantern road. If the fire takes me whole tonight, let it judge me by its light. If my soul is set to roam, let the lantern guide me home.
Down the devil's lantern road, where the stories all unfold. If redemption can't be told, let my ashes break the mold.
When the last flame dies untold, bury me on the lantern road.
Lantern faded,
So am I. So am I. All river whispers low, calling where my secrets go. Moonlight cuts the water's skin, shows the places I've been sent. Every wrong I try to hide flows beneath this trembling tide. Boots sink deep and cold as sand, feels like judgment in my hands. Shadows linger long and clever, bones beneath the blackened river. Wind sings quiet, sharp and thin, echoing the shape I'm in. Bones beneath the black river line, falling down. Ashes drifting on the ground. Heat waves crawl across the sand, whisper stories I can't stand. Every promise turned to rust, buried deep in ember dust. Footsteps lead where shadows hide. Past the truth I pushed aside. At the crossroads, bruised and bare, fate is waiting in the air. Wind spins fire through the night. Showing wrong and showing right. Crossroads in the ember dust, where the flames decide who's just. Every lie I chose to trust breaks beneath the weight of rust. If the fire calls my name, I must face my fate in an ember dust. Lantern swinging in my hand marks the place where I once ran. Every ghost I left behind walks these roads inside my mind. I can hear the distant screams from the choices lost in dreams. Fire paints the sky combust, crossroads glowing ember dust. If the fire burns me clean, let it show the man I've been. If redemption's hiding still, meet me where the ash grows chill. Crossroads in the ember dust, where the brave confront the unjust. If my story turns to rust, let the flames decide the trust. Should my heart return to dust, lay me down in ember dust. Ember dust, crossroads call. Ashes drift across the sky. Whispers asking why I tried. Heat still lingers on the trail, smells of smoke and no betrayal. Every footprint that I made burns beneath the choices laid. Horizon glows a dying red, marking sins I never shed. On the wind my past is risen, whispers through the burnt horizon. Every ember calls my name, every spark recalls my shame. Whispers through the burnt horizon, telling truths I can't disguise them. All the lies I kept my eyes on turn to ash I can't revise on. If my fate's the one they size on, judge me by the burnt horizon. Lantern hanging from my hand glows against this blackened land. Every ghost I ran before follows me forevermore. Fire paints the dusk in gold, stories that I never told, broken roads I once would ride on, lead me to the burnt horizon. If the flames erase my name, let them wash away my blame. If tomorrow never comes, let the fire beat its drums. Whispers through the burnt horizon, calling out the man I've been. If my end is rising, rising, let it burn away my sin. When my bones are cold and frozen, lay them in the burnt horizon. Horizon burns, and so do I. Wind cries soft across the stone, echoes whisper, you're alone. Broken tracks in barren ground, silent graves with no name found. Every step I try to take shakes the truths I can't unmake. lantern dims in shifting sand. Warmth escapes my trembling hand. Voices whisper where I've sinned. Echoes in the hollow wind. Every ghost I left behind calls me through the canyon's spine. Echoes in the hollow wind, telling stories of my sin. Every lie and every grin comes alive beneath my skin. If the end is closing in, judge me by the hollow wind. Moonlight cuts the canyon walls, shows the scars from bitter falls. Every secret that I've kept walks beside me where I've wept. Shadows stretch like broken men, calling out my name again. I can hear the fate I penned, echoes rising in the wind. If the wind decides my fate, let it open every gate. If my soul must fade tonight, let it drift beyond the light. Echoes in the hollow wind, calling where my roads have thinned. If forgiveness won't begin, let the night take what's within. When my bones grow cold and thin, lay me in the hollow wind. Wind, take me home. Lanterns sway in broken time, lighting sins I thought were mine. Dust collects on every bone, echoes carved from years alone. Every step along this road feels like carrying a heavy load. Shadows rise in crooked lines, whispering of my old crimes. On this path where souls are old, glow the lanterns, the forsaken road. Wind hums low like a mournful hymn, calling out the shape I need. Lanterns of the forsaken road, burning where my secrets flow. Every truth I should have shown flickers now a heavy cold. If my story will forsaken road. Footprints fade in ash and dirt. Memories strike where guilt still hurts. Every lantern tells a tale of every time I chose to fail. I can't hide from what I've done, not beneath the dying sun. Shadows circle like they know what I buried long ago. If the lanterns guide me home, let them judge through light alone. If redemption stands in sight, let it rise in lantern light.
Lanterns of the forsaken road, glowing where the lost souls go.
If the flames begin to grow, let them cleanse what I can't show. When my burdens overflow, lay me down by the forsaken road. Lanterns fade, so does the man. Wind blows through the worn out door. Lantern shakes across the floor. Whiskey burns, the truth I hide. Shadows fall where ghosts reside. Footsteps echo in my head, all the words I left unsaid. Ashes gather around my name. Love and loss all taste the same. Tonight I face what I pretend. One last drink before the end. Dust on my boots, sins on my back. Every mile written in black. So pour me one more flame, my friend. Let it burn where my heart won't mend. If the fire takes me, let it send. Every truth I fail to defend. Through the smoke I make amends. One last drink before the end. Old bar piano hums a hymn. Room grows quiet, shadows dim. Every memory takes its turn. Some to freeze and some to burn. I chased hope till hope gave in. Traded gold for cheap revenge. Tonight forgiveness starts to bend. One last drink before the end. If the devil deals the cards tonight, let him play them in the fire alive. If I disappear into the dust, promise the wind will carry my trust. So pour me one more flame, my friend. Let it burn where my roads all bend. If the fire claims me, let it send. All the lies I try to defend. Through the smoke I make my end. last drink before the end. Just one more drink. Just one more flavor. Before the end. Ever of the flame, names I can't outrun again. Whiskey whispers through my bones, carrying tales I've never owned. Dusty roads and broken vows, all the scars that time allows. Thunder rolls across the plains, cleans the guilt but leaves the stains. Staring at the glass I see, all the ghosts still haunting me. Firelight dances on my past, where every promise broke too fast. Glass, burning slow as the moments pass. Every sip pulls me to the past, to choices called that couldn't last. If fate comes knocking bold or brash, I'll face it through the whiskey glass. Shadows hum a mournful tune, old regrets like a crooked moon. Every lie I try to tame rises up and speaks my name. I can't outrun the roads I pave, I can't unride the heart I cave. Tonight I breathe the truth I have, ashes swirling in the glass. If fire comes to take me home, let it fall on flesh and bone. Let the embers crack and glow till the last of me lets go. Ashes in the whiskey glass, burning slow with the final grasp. If judgment waits beneath the ash, let my spirit rise and crash when my story fades at last. Bury me with my whiskey glass. Ashes in the glass. You're alive. You're alive. At last. Red dust swirling in the air, graves of men who once were there. Boots sink deep in dying clay, marks the ghosts I can't betray. Every name upon the stone feels like sins I call my own. Lantern burns a crooked flame, whispers low my weathered name. On this trail where truth turns pale lies the graveyard on the old red trail. Wind hums warnings through the night, shadows twist in lantern light. Graveyard on the old red trail. bosses lean like tired men, judging me for who I've been. Every secret that I kept stirs the dirt where they have slept. I can hear the mournful moan of the roads I walked alone. Dusty prayers I can't curtail rise here on the old red trail. If the earth wants me tonight, let it claim me in the fight. If redemption's buried deep,